Yeah, you know this feeling isn't cool. How can I be your rock? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? When I look into your eyes, I am not seeing a clue. I know you going through it too. How can I stop loving? How can I stop loving? How can They do not know what Sactown brings. When on the low, that's a Sactown thing. Talking about us, it's a bounce out thing. Must they forgot we some Sacramento Kings. Whole squad going crazy, yeah, we back with it. Northern Cali going crazy, one sack winning. If you doubted us, then ain't no back spinning. This is real right here, ain't no catfishing. So tell me what you see now. Coming down the lane off the rebound. It's 9-16 now. Look towards the sky like the beam now. Tell them like the beam, like the beam now. You can tell them like the beam now. Tell them like the beam now. You can tell them like the beam now. Tell them like the beam, like the beam now. You can tell them like the beam now. Tell them like the beam now. If you reppin' that Kings like the beam now. Sac proud, make sure everyone knows. Let me tell you how this thing really goes. Yeah, we travel deep, whether we home or on the road, we lit. You don't want that smoke, we the team of the year. We shaking things over here, don't doubt, we believe over here. We don't bleed over here, and let me just speak real clear. Only deal with real kings over here. So tell me what you see now. Coming down the lane off the rebound. It's 9-16 now. Look towards the sky like the beam now. Tell them like the beam, like the beam now. You can tell them like the beam now. Tell them like the beam now. You can tell them like the beam now. Tell them like the beam, like the beam now. You can tell them like the beam now. Tell them like the beam now. If you reppin' that Kings like the beam now. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Talking about some things you was not about. Tell them we don't play like the lockout.
What's up, Kings fans? Smash up that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're gonna get started here shortly.
They said they gon' show me, they said me not on me. You don't know me. Tell the game what's up now, they hating from the bus now. Been doing this T-Pain, drop the up down. Oh, I'm on the hunt now, tell me what you want now. Yeah, I do my dance when you see me in the touchdown. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out.
Yeah, when we pulling up, my nigga, let me know. And if the haters hate, we finna let him go. Pull up, pop out, two-step, hit the torpedo. When we do our thing, homie, don't let your shorty go. Everywhere we go, we do the stupid dance. I've been doing this since Soulja Boy taught y'all the Superman. Always showing love, we play the stupid jams. Hit you with them shots and got the kind of aim that Cupid has. We ain't never scared, we don't play about it. Keep the party going, give a damn what they say about it. Gotta keep it simple, this for everybody. Ladies and the homies, it's a function, we don't care about it. Flopping in the whip, got the stickers going.
Welcome to Royal Rebounds TV with Calvin and Barry. Just two crazy fans of the Sacramento Kings and they sharing their opinion. So be sure that you subscribe. It's for the fans, by the fans. Whether you chilling on the couch or wildin' in the stands. For laid back conversations about the Kings, subscribe here. Staying down until we come up thinking this gon' be our year. We're here, drinking beer, talking about the Kings. Be sure you subscribe so you can hear that bell ring, yeah.
What's up, Kings fans? Welcome back to Royal Rebounds, the Sacramento Kings YouTube channel for fans, by fans. Kings win tonight. We're going to be lighting the beam here on the stream. Kings win 135-127. Cal, they put up 135 points on the fourth best defense in the NBA, the Phoenix Suns. Kings win. How are you feeling?
Feeling good. They did that with Fox scoring less than 20 and the bench not really giving them that much production either.
Yep.
Very impressive turnaround in the second half of that game.
Definitely. And, dude, just goes to show, I'm telling you, Kings play better when Fox doesn't have to be the leading scorer. We'll keep track of that. But shout out to everybody that's joining in here. Shout out to Fred for listening on Twitter Spaces. Elenia is here in the chat. Makami, Tanvir, of course, Callum and Alfie Man are here. Rodders, Jim, Jeff the Lefty, welcome in. David is here. Good to see you guys. Dennis. Hi, Dennis. Good to see you. But most importantly, Kings win tonight. So make sure you guys smash up that like button. Also, if it's your first time here to the channel, we are live after every single Kings game here on YouTube. We talk about the Kings, and we have a lot of fun doing it. So make sure you join in. Calvin, just give me your overall first thoughts on the game tonight. There's a few things to mention. First off, Kevin Huerter's first game back. He did start, which was interesting. He played exceptionally well. As someone in the chat, was it Makami, said 1 point off of a career high for him tonight.
Hard to believe he's never scored 30 in a game
right?
before.
Wild.
Being that good of a three-point shooter.
De'Aaron Fox leaves this game with a right hamstring, soreness. It's weird. It's like the hamstring injuries keep seeming to jump around this team. Now it's with De'Aaron Fox. But give me your first thoughts on the game tonight.
Well, obviously they did not start the game the way that they would have wanted to, ideally. But I was not surprised to see Kevin Huerter start. I mean, they said it multiple times today during the game. They've said it many times throughout the season. This starting five has played more cumulative minutes together and has more total starts with those same five guys than any other starting lineup in the NBA. So I was not surprised at all to see him get the start over Kessler Edwards. They couldn't really get anything going in the first half, settled for too many threes. They weren't being aggressive enough, taking the ball to the basket, completely flipped the script in the second half, playing inside out. That got the three-point game going, got them hot. Red Dead Revolver, as I see in the chat there, was locked and loaded. And Davion Mitchell, this game is another perfect example of why Davion Mitchell is so valuable to this team, even when he doesn't score. Mm-hmm. He did not shut down Devin Booker by any means, but the Kings threw a lot of different looks at Book tonight. Started with Keegan Murray. Kessler Edwards came in for him after he picks up a couple fouls, gets some minutes on him. Then they take Kessler Edwards out. You don't see him till much later in the game. Davion comes in. Harrison Barnes is on him. But Davion, I think, really set the tone for this team defensively in the third quarter. And that was the huge turnaround. They went on the big run, took the lead, and never looked back. It was another total team win, and they got all their role players contributing in the right ways. Huerter and Mitchell really made up big time for Fox going out as well. 11 assists combined between the two of them.
Definitely. Huge performances for those guys. And I mean, I want to say shout out to the Kings fans for this game, too. You could feel the momentum shifting. The crowd was getting into it. Chris Paul tried to do his normal things to try and, break the rhythm of the Sacramento Kings. But, once that tide, like you said, turned over in the Kings' favor, the Kings, I don't want to say they ran away with the game because, it was close at the end there, but they were up by 13 at one point. Once they took the lead, they kind of just kept their foot on the gas and kept going, which was great considering De'Aaron Fox was not there. And I was a little concerned about that. He's the most clutch guy on this team. He's the closer. He's leading the NBA in fourth quarter points. I was also surprised not to see Malik Monk out there really late, considering he is the best free throw shooter on the team. In crunch time, I thought that maybe he'd be out there instead of a guy like Harrison Barnes or somebody else, where we saw Harrison Barnes miss 2 free throws in a row.
Yeah.
But I get it. I trust Coach. I get what he wants to do.
Barnes is a real steady free throw shooter as well.
He is.
Normally.
He is. But great game. Great game for Kevin Huerter. I mean, you mentioned it. 29 points for him. He shot 50% from three-point range on 12 attempts. Got a bunch of rebounds tonight. 9 rebounds for him. 5 assists. Huge game for Kevin Huerter. This Kings team, I mean, the team looks completely different when Kevin Huerter's out there. They really do.
Absolutely.
And I think it's something that you and I talked about a few weeks ago in terms of guys like Herter, when everyone was ragging on Herter's defense. And I remember one thing that we pointed out was like, just because Kevin Herter's struggling in shooting or defense or whatever it's going on doesn't mean he's not helping his teammates. Just having him out there on the floor creates a lot more space, and people got to stand at the three-point line and keep their eyes on him. He's constantly moving. So there's a lot of things that he brings to this team. I was watching this game today, Calvin, and all I could think to myself was, maybe we don't make Calvin cut his hair. Maybe we just dye it red and do a perm.
Wow, I don't know what would be worse.
I mean, you saw the guy in the crowd, right? With the
I
red
did,
wig
yeah,
on.
I did see that.
Red wig on. That's hard to say.
Yep.
I was like, where can I get a red wig? I need to get one of these. If I'm going to the playoffs, I want a red wig on.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't even need one.
That's true. I don't need one.
Yeah.
I'm down to just get the red velvet jacket, though.
Red velvet jacket.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'll have the wig and you have the jacket.
That would be okay with me.
Team Herter.
Team Herter.
And then maybe you leave the jacket open. I'll do K-E-V and you do I-N on your chest.
How about just K and Vaughn?
Oh, there you go. I like that. K-Von.
Yeah.
K-Von.
And then we'll wear holsters with revolvers in them.
Ooh. Not sure if they'll let us into the game.
I mean,
but maybe.
Yeah, probably
Plastic
not.
ones? You know, the little pop ones?
Still
Pop,
probably
pop,
not,
pop, pop.
but
That'd
be cool.
Fun.
It would be worth
That'd be fun until
a
we
shot, I guess.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Oh, man. Shout out to Tanvir for joining in here. Rodders is here. Good to see you guys. Ninja Style is here. I saw Christian was in the chat. Jay, my guy Jay is here. Happy to see you all. Calvin, how many likes tonight before we light the beam?
Well, it's been a little while, so we won't make it too tough on everyone. We'll go 40 likes. We are basically halfway there. So
40 likes. Also got to give a shout out to Keegan Murray tonight. Not a huge, offensive output, 13 points for him, but man, was that a clutch rebound at the end of the game to help seal it for the Kings. So I got to give one for him. Keegan Murray, let me hear it. Also, can't forget to give a shout out to our guy Bouncer.
Of course.
Always here. He's the steady one that keeps us in track and keeps all the sex bots out of the chat.
Yeah, he's like the Sabonis of this channel. Always shows up, always does his thing, consistent.
I stopped calling him Sabonis, Calvin. I got a new nickname for him.
Oh, wow. Breaking news.
I call him Bonus.
Bonus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just like, there he is. Bonus.
Bonus.
Bonus. It feels good to say.
Does feel good
and
to
it's
say.
like bonus. Is that 2 syllables? 1. Bonus. Is that 2 syllables? I'm bad with syllables.
Bonus is 2 syllables, yes.
Okay. I say like 1 syllable. Just bonus. Bonus. Was never really good at that. Also, shout out to Fred Dixon. Fred, how you feeling? How you living? Good to see you, Fred. How many likes did you say for the beat?
Demonsta. I like that one too.
How many likes did you say?
40.
40 likes. 40 likes, guys. Smash up that like button. We're almost there, and we can light the beam. All right, Calvin, I want to go over the box score, but before we do that, let's jump here into your keys. I got to see how many of these you nailed.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was really nervous at halftime, but it ended up being all right. Number 1 was shoot free throws. They only had 4 free throw attempts at halftime.
Yeah.
They just settled for way too many threes. They were not looking to get the ball inside at all. You know, I saw a lot of people on Twitter in the first half were saying, I can't believe the refs aren't giving us more calls. You got to give the officials a reason to make a call.
Yeah.
You can't just sit out on the three-point line and jack up shots. 60% of De'Aaron Fox's shots in the first half were threes. That should never happen. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever, ever. So give them a lot of credit because they came out and made a big adjustment in the second half. They were much more aggressive going inside. They end this game with 32 free throw attempts. And they had 37 the last time they played Phoenix.
Do you think the Kings have a Scott Foster?
No.
Or is he out of the league already?
Know. No, he's in. He's still there.
No,
refed a...
No, the Kings Scott Foster. He's out.
Is he out of the league
He's
already?
gone, yeah.
I don't know.
He's our guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scott Foster, he wasn't there tonight.
He was not there tonight.
But I think the Kings have a Scott Foster. I don't know which ref it is now, but I think the Kings have a Scott Foster.
All right, well, you'll be on the lookout for him, I
There's
guess.
definitely some games where I'm like, it does not seem fair. And I'm going to start keeping track. You know I like to keep receipts. So
Yeah.
I'm going to start keeping, I'm gonna start keeping
the
track.
team free throws, team free throw attempts are usually pretty similar by
Phoenix
the end
knows.
of the game.
Tim. I was talking about Tim. Tim's gone. But maybe there's a new Tim in the league.
That's true. There could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so personally.
Okay. You're not a conspiracy theorist.
I am not much of a conspiracy theorist.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, stop giving the Suns your keys and keep moving on.
Okay. Number 2 was pick and roll defense, which again in the first half was abysmal. I mean, Jock Landale, Bismack Biyombo, they got anything they wanted inside. And a lot of that was because Devin Booker early on was really aggressive and just blowing by everybody, getting to the basket at will.
Yep.
When that happens, the defense has to focus so much more on that. The pick and roll with Chris Paul is always difficult to defend. But when Devin Booker is able to go one-on-one and have little to no resistance getting to the basket, it just makes it that much more difficult, and it forces the defense to kind of slide over a little bit more to him, which leaves the middle open for dives and rim runs and stuff like that. Again, second half, much, much better. Davion Mitchell, I think, definitely spearheaded the defensive effort. It just makes so much of a difference when you have a guy that is able to at least take away the initial move, right? Or fight over screen. There might not be a better player or defender in the NBA at fighting over screens than Davion Mitchell. That helps out your team defense so much. So they did a much better job of that in the second half as well. And, of course, not having DeAndre Ayton in there definitely benefited the Kings.
Yeah, didn't even mention that.
Yeah.
No Ayton, no Kevin Durant.
And another thing that helped the Kings was the Suns went small in that second half.
Yep.
They were trying to counteract a little bit of what
Not enough
Sacramento was
Bismack
doing,
Biyombo.
and it hurt them because you can't go small against Sabonis. He will just absolutely destroy you every time. Even Harrison Barnes was posting guys up.
Did you know Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks are the 11th seed in the Western Conference?
Yeah, they just continue to. They lost to the Hornets.
Shout out to Mike. Mike just brought that up here in the chat. That's wild, dude. That's wild. I'm happy we took Marvin Bagley.
It worked out in the end, I guess.
Yeah, we're in a much better position. We got Trey Lyles.
Yeah, that's true.
We got Trey Lyles. Much
Although
better.
the Mavericks were in the Western Conference Finals last year.
Dude, stop living in the past, Calvin. Stop living in the past. Roger, happy to see you. Happy the Kings won. Christian in the chat here says we should do a live podcast like Deuce and Mo.
We would love to. We've done that in the past. If any of you guys were there last year, we did a post-trade deadline live show at Punch Bowl Social. Did 2 of them. It was really fun.
Christian, guess what? We're live right now.
That's true.
And I can prove it to you.
We are always live.
Fuck. Shit. Damn. We are live right now.
Oh, man.
But no, Calvin's right. We did do a live podcast last year at the trade deadline. It was a lot of fun. It was in Sacramento. We will be in Sacramento in a couple weeks, but not sure if our cameraman's going to be with us. So not sure if we'll be able to do a live podcast or not. Either way, we're definitely going to be at a game, hopefully the first playoff game, and we'll come hang out. We'll go to K Street afterwards. We'll hang out with you guys. You might have to buy us a couple beers after paying for these playoff tickets, but hey, we'll be there.
Yeah, we will be there. I mean, it would be a lot easier for us to do live shows if we lived in Sacramento or the Sacramento area, right? But we'll get back to it one day.
Yeah.
One day.
Did you have one more key? Did I interrupt you?
I did have one more key. I was actually going to just hope that we kind of glossed over it because I missed it by a quarter. It was fourth quarter defense.
Okay.
Because these games against Phoenix have all been close.
Yeah.
So I figured it would come down to the
third
fourth
quarter defense.
Third quarter defense was what we were looking for today. So
that's okay.
Not bad.
It works out. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Shout out to Lane for joining in here. All right, Christian's going to keep us hydrated. Hey, bring a ladle, Christian. You know I love those punch bowls. All right, let's jump here into the box score. But before we do that, I just got to say Lakers suck. Okay, so Domas Sabonis, 38 minutes of action tonight, 10 of 15 from the field, 27 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists. Almost another triple-double for this guy, dude. Maybe we should just call him almost triple-double.
Almost triple-double?
Yeah, like that it's kind of works, like Domas, almost. No?
I think that's a misfire.
Okay, misfire.
One, yeah.
You and the gun references tonight. Jesus. Ja Morant's back, came off the bench tonight. They scored 151 and did lock up
they did.
a playoff spot. So congratulations to the Memphis Grizzlies. Harrison Barnes, 35 minutes of action tonight, 7 of 12 from the field, 2 of 5 from three-point range, 23 points, a rebound, and an assist. Weird. Only 1 rebound tonight for Harrison Barnes. That is strange. That's strange. That might be a season low for him, Cal. Keegan Murray, 28 minutes of action, 5 of 7 from the field, 3 of 4 from three-point range. Threegan all night tonight. 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. De'Aaron Fox, 21 minutes of action. He does leave this game, and he's listed or was listed as out with a right hamstring soreness, I guess is what James Ham said. So we'll see if that turns into anything else. Hopefully not. But 19 points for him, a rebound, and 2 assists. That's great for 21 minutes of action. Kevin Huerter is the man of the night, though.
Oh, yeah.
He deserves the chain. He deserves player of the game. He deserves king of the game. He deserves it all, dude. He deserves it all. 29 points for him, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. Dude needs to go out tonight because he's absolutely killing it, dude.
Oh,
He's
man, don't say
killing
that.
They have a game tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, don't go out tonight. Don't go out tonight, Kevin. Do whatever you did last night. Trey Lyles, 6 points, 6 for Metu. Edwards played 11 minutes tonight, 2 points for him, 2 for Davion, but 6 assists and 4 rebounds and some great defense for Davion, filling in for an injured De'Aaron Fox. Terrence Davis, only 4 minutes in this game. This guy's minutes are all over the place. 0 points for him. And Malik Monk, 8 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists in 19 minutes of action.
What stands out to me?
Sure.
Is that what you're going with?
I'll switch it up.
Okay.
Calvin, what doesn't stand out to you in this box score?
What doesn't stand out
Yeah.
to me? That's an interesting question. I don't know how to answer that. So I'll tell you what does stand out. It's
Okay.
Kevin Huerter. 9 rebounds, 5 assists.
Yeah, you
I
heard
mean,
it tonight.
everybody knows that this dude can get really, really hot from 3 and score on bunches, right?
Somebody asked for Cowbell.
More cowbell,
There we
always.
go.
Alfie man. But what you don't always expect from him is to be tied with Sabonis for team lead in rebounds.
Yeah.
And like I
Wild.
said, without Fox being in there, he was being a playmaker as well. Him and Sabonis have had that kind of two-man game all season long. But like I said before, 11 assists combined between Huerter and Davion Mitchell. That was really, really big for them.
Yeah, and bench points. Like you said, the bench didn't do that much tonight. What is this, 24 bench points tonight for the Kings?
Yeah, they got murdered.
Not a lot.
On the bench, scoring.
What's Phoenix? I mean, I know they have a horrible mascot, but I don't really try and look at their box score too much. 32 for Devin Booker.
I mean, the bench
wow.
just lit it up,
Dude,
for them.
I didn't even realize
30
Terrence
points
Ross,
for Terrence Ross.
30? Holy cow.
Or
17
Terrence
for
of Ross, if you're a
Landale.
Game of Zones watcher.
TJ Warren, 15 points. Yeah, they killed us. They killed us. But, hey, we won the game, which is what really matters. Yeah. And the Kings tie the season series 2-2, which is really, really important.
Very, very important. They probably locked up the division title with this win tonight.
I believe so. And I thought that this was a must-win game. I know I was watching pregame, and they're like, I don't want to call this a must-win game, but it would be really nice to win this game. This was a fucking must-win game for the Kings.
Absolutely.
I mean, you got Phoenix. Now they're the 5th seed, Cal.
Yeah.
They're the 5th seed, which is great. So I'm feeling pretty good. Kings are 44-29. They're the 3rd seed. I mean, a lot of people want to be the 2nd seed, but, dude, it's okay. It's okay, dude. Home court advantage.
Yeah, that's all you can ask for.
That's
all you can ask
dude,
for.
I am sleeping in the clouds, Calvin, with home court advantage. I wanted to be top 8. That was my goal. Top 8. I would have been happy with top 10.
Absolutely.
But I mean, I don't want to be the Dallas Mavericks and be the 11th seed.
Playing with house money.
Shout out to Marcus for joining. Edward is here. Edward, good to see you. It's been a little while. Alania, definitely Vancouver downtown. It's cold, pack warm. Check out the suspension bridge.
Lane is going to go up to Vancouver with Matt.
Oh, he's moving.
Shout out to
there?
Matt Hadley, by the way. Just got engaged. One of our best friends back home.
Shout out to Matt.
Congratulations, Matt.
Are they moving up there?
No. Well, Matt already did. They're in Washington State.
Oh,
but Lane's going to visit
Canada.
him. No, but they're going to go to, and long story.
Okay, long story. Also, shout out to Matthew here, another member of the royal family. Calvin, I want to look here into the team stats. I haven't had enough time to look into these. Dude, you ever have this where you're trying like scroll on your computer and it's like, I want to click on it and it disappears? Like that. Disappeared. Oh.
I don't know if I've ever seen that, actually. That's
There we
weird.
go. I got it. All right. Kings shot almost 53% from the field tonight, as opposed to about 40 or 54% for the Phoenix Suns, 33% from the Kings from the three-point line, and wow, almost 88% from the 3-point line, 33 from the three-point line. I'm all over the place. Almost 88% from the free throw line tonight, including
it was big.
those 2 misses by Harrison Barnes. So that's absolutely huge. The Kings did get out rebound in this game, which is a little weird considering the Suns went small and they didn't have DeAndre Ayton.
Most of that or buffer lead that they built was in the first half.
Yep. So
especially on the offensive
3
glass.
rebounds tonight for the Suns, only 33 for the Sacramento Kings. 29 assists tonight for the Kings, 6 steals, 3 blocks. And this is the big number that stands out to me, Calvin. 4, count that, 4 turnovers tonight. Not 1, not 2, not 3. Only 4 turnovers tonight for the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah.
Is that a season low?
It's got to be close.
Wow.
If it isn't, it's got to be very close.
You're going to win a lot of basketball games like that. Also, Kings dominate in the paint, 64 points in the paint as opposed to 56 for the Phoenix Suns. Largest lead of the game, 14 for Phoenix, 13 for the Sacramento Kings. Light the beam, dude. I'm lighting the beam.
Light it.
Can I light the beam?
Yeah, we got 40 likes.
All right, let's light the beam.
Fire the laser!
Fire the laser! Matthew says, we're getting first seed with our 53 wins. Calvin, is it possible to win 53 games still?
They have 9 left. It is possible.
Okay.
They got to go 9-0.
9-0. Very, very
Or
possible.
wait, they have 9 or 8 left now.
Hold
can't
on,
remember.
dude. I'm not that greatest at math, but let me check. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games left. Wow. And I heard the magic number was 3 before the game
yes.
started.
It is now 2.
But is that right? Does that make it 2? 3
believe
minus
so.
1 equals 2.
I believe so.
Okay, 2 wins. So,
Jim's got a very
wins.
important question for you regarding cowbells.
okay, what does he say?
He says he wants to know if they're banned.
I left the room. Did you answer my question? Did NBA... I hope not.
I don't think so because I'm pretty sure I've seen people at Golden One with cowbells.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, if they ban cowbells, oh, man, am I going on a conspiracy theory on that one,
Yeah,
Calvin?
yeah.
Finally, we're good. We suck forever. You
Right.
guys don't care about cowbells at all. Now they ban cowbells?
yeah, they just keep on trying to tear us down.
That's stupid. I hope that's not true.
One bill at a time. I don't think it's true. I don't believe they are banned. But.
Jay says they sell them there.
Oh, there you go.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, but maybe they do that shit where it's like, you know, like kind of like at the liquor store, like, oh, we sell liquor, but you can't drink it here. You got to like take it with you.
Yeah,
and you're like, what do you
right.
mean? You just sold me this. Why can't I drink it right
Jay
here?
says, there you go. He was just at Golden One Center ripping a cowbell today.
Hell yeah, Jay. Shout out to Jay. Jay's the man. All right, Calvin. So you went over your keys. I mean, we need to talk about De'Aaron Fox. But before we do that, I just want to kind of talk overall where you're at with the Kings. Like, there's 9 games left, right? 2 games to lock up this playoff spot. We've dealt with some injuries. We've dealt with some adversity. We just lost 2 in a row. They bounce back tonight, get the win. I thought I saw a stat saying there was like 12 or 13 teams in the NBA with a harder remaining schedule than
19.
the Sacramento Kings. Is it 19?
19
wow.
teams.
Wow. So that's good for the Kings. Obviously, De'Aaron leaving tonight is probably not the greatest thing. But give me your thoughts on just overall state of the Kings right now.
I think it's great. I mean, again, after you lose a couple of games, people start to wonder, is the magic fading away, all of this stuff. But this team still has not lost 3 games in a row since November 28th.
Wow.
It is almost April.
Wow.
They are still in the same great spot that they've been for practically the entire season.
And that was against Phoenix.
And that was against Phoenix.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So, look, you got to feel really, really good. I mean, you just went through probably the most difficult part of the last, 15 games of the schedule or so. So it's going to get a little bit lighter here. Now you've got a really good chance to clinch a playoff spot by the end of this weekend, perhaps Monday.
Okay. That's not the weekend, but we'll keep it that. It's your weekend.
Yeah, it's my weekend.
Yeah.
It's my weekend.
We get it.
So I think you got to be feeling really, really good, right? Kevin Huerter comes back. Even though De'Aaron Fox goes out, it's great to get Huerter back and great for him to play so well in his first game back from injury. The team has got to be feeling very, very confident at this point. I think once you get the playoff spot clinched, if you're able to get, a couple more wins after that and lock up home court in the first round, then you get to rest guys.
Okay.
And you go into the playoffs
You're one of
hopefully
those?
fully healthy. I do think it's important for Fox and Sabonis specifically, just because of the Fox has now had the hamstring injury linger for a little while. This is the second time that he's had to leave a game because of it. Recently, right?
Yeah.
And Sabonis, even though he's been so solid for them all year long, he's taken a beating down there. He's got the thumb that he's been dealing with obviously all year long. But teams are definitely physical with him, and he is not shy about giving that back, right? So
Definitely.
Giving him a game or two, ideally maybe even 3, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll be able to afford 3 games, but whatever it is, if you
Okay.
could get those guys a little bit of rest before the tough playoff series starts, I think that would benefit them greatly.
I didn't know you were a load management type of guy.
Nah, this isn't load management, man. It's not load.
Oh, really?
It's not load management when you in week 17 of the NFL season when teams already have home field locked up and they just play their second string players.
Yeah,
is that load management?
Yeah.
Nah.
They're managing the
I don't
load.
agree with that.
No? They're managing the load on the
By
players.
definition, yes.
Yeah.
But you've already got, if your playoff seed isn't going to change, I don't think it matters.
I mean, I'm looking at the standings right now. You have Denver and Memphis. They're both locked up, right? The Kings, they fell back a little bit, right? We're 2 losses ahead of Memphis, but behind Memphis. And then you got the Clippers, who we just had news today that Paul George is out for the rest of the regular season.
Yep.
He's going to be reevaluated then. It's not even that he's going to return for the playoffs. It's that he'll be reevaluated. So that's interesting. Then you got Phoenix below them. And Phoenix is at like 35 losses. So that's if the Kings lose 6 in a row, they'll be tied with Phoenix. And we all know.
Assuming Phoenix wins 6 in a row.
Yeah. And we all know that we have the tiebreaker, right?
Yeah.
Because we're going to lead the division, so that's good. Then you have Golden State down there at 36, Minnesota. So, yeah, I mean, the Kings are in a great position here to just at least lock up top 4 home court in the first round.
Yeah.
And maybe, just maybe, if you want, we can load manage some people.
I think it would help them, definitely. And I don't see really many scenarios at this point where the Kings don't finish in the top 3. I mean, they've got a 5.5 game lead over the 4 seed with 9 games left.
Wow. That's incredible. Say that again.
They've got a 5.5 game lead over the 4 seed Clippers with 9 games left. And the Clippers only have 8 games left, I think.
Wow. That's incredible. I mean, I want to go over the kind of just the remaining schedule real quick, and then we're going to get over here to Twitter Spaces. We got a couple people here that have been dying to talk. I know Nick's up here, Tanvir's here. He wants to talk. So, I mean, we got a game tomorrow. It's a back-to-back against Utah. Chance for revenge after the last game. We'll see how many players are available. Obviously, I don't think De'Aaron Fox is going to be available for this game.
It doesn't look like it.
But it is in Sacramento. The last game was in Utah, so we don't have to deal with all that BS. I mean, I think the Kings win that game. Then you got Monday against Minnesota. What's the deal with Towns and Edwards?
Towns is back.
They're
Edwards is not yet, I believe. But Towns did play just the other night.
Let me just, oh man, I clicked on something and just moved everything. How are you feeling about that game? Because Minnesota's real big. They're big, dude.
They are big.
Kings struggle with length. Not even just big guys, but like length.
Yes. Yeah, they definitely do. I haven't seen what Karl Anthony Towns looks like yet, so I imagine it's going to take some time still for him to work his way back. Rebounding, of course, is going to be important in that game. But if Anthony Edwards is not going to play, I have to like Sacramento's chances.
You know I like Sacramento's chances. Then you got 2 games against Portland. This is weird. 2 games against Portland in Portland, Wednesday and Friday of next week. I mean, this is basically like a preview of a playoff series. 2 games at another person's home, and then the Kings head back home to face the Spurs, who suck also. Then you got New Orleans. New Orleans is still trying to figure themselves out. Then you got
just can't
Dallas,
get healthy. That's their problem.
Golden State. And then the final game is against Denver.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think it's important to note that a lot of these teams could be doing load management as well.
They could.
You know, like I would say Friday the 7th, Golden State's going to be at full firepower because they're trying to make a push into the playoffs. Unless
they're right on the edge at 6, right?
Unless,
so they definitely don't want to be in the play-in.
Yeah, unless they can't do anything. Like if that game's pointless, then they rest people.
Yeah, well, you'll have to see how it goes.
The last game of the season against Denver, I think Denver rests everybody because they've dealt with
not be surprised.
A ton of injuries over the past couple years. I think they're pretty set at the number 1 seed. Dallas will be an interesting one. Yeah, I think the Kings have a great chance to at least go 500 in these next 9 games.
Oh, they should go more above 500.
I guess that's not really possible to go 500 in odd number of games.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say 6-3 with some load management.
I like that, yeah.
6-3. Okay, let's head on over to Twitter Spaces. Who should we talk to first? You want to hear from Nick or Tanvir?
Man, you're putting the pressure on me. I don't want to make anybody upset. So, who's first in order there?
In order, Tanvir is first.
All right, it's only fair.
All right, because Calvin says we're going to Tanvir first. Tanvir, how are you, buddy?
Yo, what's up, guys?
How you doing, man? How you living?
Living my life, bro.
Yeah, you feeling good after the win tonight?
Oh, yeah. That was a much-needed win, bro. After those 2 losses, this win was crucial.
Hell yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Hell yeah.
Completely.
Tanvir, what's your thoughts on load management?
You turn it down.
Load
What's
management.
up? Bro, you rebound. Why not?
Nick snuck on there.
Nick,
Why not?
I love you, but I'm
It's all
going to
good.
mute you real quick, and you're going to be up next after we're done with Tanvir.
Man, you just can't stop Nick.
You're like, no,
I know,
it
he's
can't be
excited, dude. I
me.
love the passion. I love the
excited.
enthusiasm.
I love it.
But we got to give Tanvir his chance
flowers.
to speak.
Yeah.
So, Tanvir, did you hear my question?
Yeah, I heard your question about load management.
Yeah. Are you a load management maxi like Calvin?
It depends. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest.
How about when your team has already clinched home court in the first round and there's like 4 games left?
Then I think it's all right. Then you're pretty much fine to like rest. There's no point of playing.
Yeah.
You don't want to.
Tanvir, have you ever done cross country?
Nah.
No?
No.
You never been in like a race before?
You're lucky, man.
Nah.
Most boring
All right, well,
couple hours of your life.
let's just pretend like you've done it before, or you're gonna be in a race. I mean, like, do you run through the finish line, or do you start walking before you get to the finish line because you don't see anybody behind you?
I'll just probably just run that shit. To be honest, if I'm right there,
You just
run
keep
it,
running,
finish
right?
it out. Keep running.
Calvin wants to walk the rest of the way.
So that's fine. That's Calvin. It's all good. Everyone's different.
I'm just giving him a hard time. I know that's not what he means.
This team hasn't made the playoffs in 16 years, and you want to risk a first-round exit on playing guys that are hurt?
Dude, I don't want to play hurt
When they're-
people. You're saying rest healthy people.
No, well, both of them are not healthy as of right now. Even Sabonis is not healthy.
Yeah, dude, his thumb is fine.
I'm sure his thumb is fine, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying they've earned it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you want them to be
100%.
more healthy
Yeah, I would
going
want
into
them
the
rested.
playoffs?
Yeah, I would rather
More
have them
rested?
rested, to be honest.
Tanvir, are
More
you
rested.
taking Calvin's side here?
Of course he is.
What
Yep,
the
I gotta
hell,
take
man?
Calvin's side now.
You're going to walk through the finish line? You're not even going to run. You're not even going to jog it.
Put me on the spot.
Dude, if I was there, I'd pick both of you guys up and run you guys through the finish line. Just saying. I want momentum going in the playoffs, Calvin.
They've got all the momentum they need.
I don't want people playing 2K at home.
Home court.
Because they got nothing to do. I want them playing, practicing hard, getting ready.
I want them watching film.
Okay. There you go.
Rested. Ready to go.
If so the last game is on the 9th, right?
Yes.
Oh, and real quick, I don't know if everybody knows this. Make sure you join us for the 9th, 3 p.m. Yeah, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're having a huge party here on the stream. We're cutting Calvin's hair. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're partying like we won the NBA championship. So make sure you guys join us.
That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun.
For that last stream on the 9th. But, Calvin, I mean, when would the first game of the playoffs be for the Kings? Like, estimate.
The playoffs officially start, the actual playoffs, not the play-in tournament, officially starts Saturday, April 15th. So there will be 4 game ones on Saturday and 4 game ones on Sunday.
So they either play the 15th or the 16th.
Yeah.
So that's 6 to 7 days off right there, just in between. Tanvir, what do you think is the best for the Kings to do in that 6 to 7 days off to prepare for the playoffs?
Probably watch film, go over like all their defense and getting the rebounds. Most important. There's a lot of miscues for those rebounds. Suns kept getting them.
Okay. What do you think about free throws? You going to have guys come in and shoot free throws? Because I feel like free throws are incredibly important in close games, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah, that too. 100%. Yeah. In the playoffs, you need free throws to go in. That's 100%.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Kyle, what would your plan be? If you have 6 to 7 days between regular season and playoffs, if you're Coach Brown, like what's your plan for the week to get the team ready? Because you're at home, so you're not traveling.
Yeah. A lot of it probably depends on who I'm playing, right? But
shout out to Kristen. We haven't seen Kristen in a while.
That's true. And jealous that you were at the game. That must have been a very, very fun game.
What's up, EJ? Mr. Angel's here.
And Matthew, I'm not hating on track and field. I was track and field also. I am hating on cross country because that is boring.
He likes to run after a ball, not run after nothing. Right?
No, I like to sprint.
You like to chase after a ball.
I like to sprint.
Okay.
Die for that ball, bro.
High jump and long jump.
So what would you do to prepare the team? You got 6-7 days off. You know, you don't want
fire the laser.
You want them to stay in shape. You want them to stay mentally fresh. You're not traveling. You know, what's your plan?
My plan is to
fire the laser.
How does he keep getting in here?
Fire the laser.
Fire the laser!
As you wish, Nick.
Why
As
not?
you wish.
Why not win today?
All right, Nick. What are you doing to prepare the team for the playoffs?
Well, what we're doing is, I don't know, maybe having some of the pizza or something.
Oh. I'm so happy you're not coaching this team, Nick.
But I was at the Stockton Kings game today. I go with that today.
Oh, shout out to the Stockton Kings. Clinched the #1 seed.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's a big one right there, too.
How many people were there?
Not many people there. Not many. It's not much. It wasn't crowded.
That's a bummer. I want to go to a
there were
Stockton Kings game.
There were Kings players there.
Neither have I.
Same here. I've never been to a game either.
Nick, are tickets pretty affordable for a Stockton Kings game?
I think so, yeah. They're cheaper.
Okay. That's nice. I mean, I'm looking right now at the Kings schedule, and it's funny, like, the tickets at home, the lowest ticket is $51, but then the road trip to Portland, the lowest ticket is $7. The road trip to New Orleans, the lowest ticket is $5.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Man, that is wild.
What? Fire the laser.
Fire the laser!
That purple beam is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Are you looking at the beam right now, Nick?
What?
think he just copies me.
Are you looking at the beam right now?
No, I'm almost home.
Oh,
Okay.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Every time you make us hit that button, Nick, everybody has to do a shot, so be careful.
Yeah.
Fire the laser. Nick, give me your thoughts on the game tonight.
Well, my thoughts is that they played good defense tonight. They did really well. So obviously, I have to say this: got to play tomorrow. Beat Utah tomorrow. Why not beat Utah tomorrow?
Why not beat Utah tomorrow?
Why
Nick,
not?
I saw you on TV today.
You did?
Yeah, I saw you talking to De'Aaron Fox after the game. How's his hamstring feeling?
I wasn't talking to him.
Oh, man, Nick, that was your chance.
Yeah, dude, I saw you. You were talking to him.
That was your chance, man.
No, I
Tell
wasn't.
everybody that you're homies with De'Aaron Fox.
I was trying to throw you an oop.
Yeah.
How's his hamstring? When do you think he'll be back?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody is sure at this point. So that's the right answer.
There's optimism, right? That it's just soreness. It's not a strain or anything. Of course, they're probably going to do an MRI and all that stuff and figure it out. But realistically, Calvin, how many games do you think he misses?
It's really hard to tell. I mean, just because that type of injury, like we've discussed in the past, it can be really tricky sometimes. Even if you feel like you're ready to go, you can re-injure it pretty easily. So, you got to put faith in the team doctors and athletic trainers.
Yeah.
They'll have the answer for you.
You definitely want him to be ready for the playoffs. Nick, I mean,
Yes.
what's your plan going into the playoffs here? Like, are you going to rest players through the rest of the season, or what's your plan?
My plan is that, when are your games?
Dude, see, me and Nick are both sprinting through the finish line, Calvin. We're not walking.
That's great.
We want to win every game we can.
I never said I didn't
Yes,
want to
we
win
can.
every game.
Yeah, that's true. Technicality.
I don't want to win every game. That's
Tanvir,
fun.
I did not ask you, Tanvir. I did not ask you, Tanvir. You took Calvin's side. I heard it. It's recorded. All right, back to my buddy Nick, because I know Nick's got my back. Nick, you said you ate 0 pieces of pizza tonight? 0 slices?
Yes.
Okay. Have you been cutting back, huh?
Yes.
You've been exercising a lot too?
Are you load managing your stomach until the playoffs for pizza?
Yes.
Yes.
Good question.
There you go. So Nick agrees with me as well.
Nick, we're still on for the pizza eating contest?
Yes.
Can you say anything other than yes?
Well, I am on it for the pizza eating contest.
Perfect. I love it. I love it.
There you go.
All right, Nick, before I let you go, give me a prediction for Saturday's game, tomorrow's game against the Utah Jazz.
Prediction is going to be that probably maybe 114.
114.99?
Maybe.
Who are the Kings going to start at point guard tomorrow?
Kevin Huerter.
Kevin Huerter. Who are they going to start at shooting guard?
They're going to start. I think Kevin Huerter, Sabonis,
Okay.
Terrence Davis,
Oh, TD.
Keegan
That would be
Murray.
interesting.
What do you think about that? I like TD. But like I said when I was reading the box score, his minutes have been like
Well, you can thank Kessler Edwards for that.
Terrence Davis's minutes this year have been like my emotions during every normal regular King season. Just a roller coaster all over the place, up and down and up and down. That's Terrence Davis's minutes this year.
Definitely.
Shout out to him for like being ready when his name does get called, because he's had some great games this year.
Oh, yeah.
But like,
I think it definitely helps if your team is winning
Yeah.
throughout the season, right? That helps you stay focused and ready. But I'm not trying to take anything away from him. Absolutely. I agree with you.
yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Well, Nick, appreciate you for joining us on the show tonight. I got to go over to Eric before his hand falls off because he's had his hand up for a little while. But you got any last words?
Thank you, Sean.
I have my
Team load
last
management.
word. Last word is go
Fire
Kings,
the laser!
and like to beat tomorrow and win the game.
Yeah.
Win the game.
Just
Light the
win,
beam.
baby.
Light the beam. All right, Nick.
Why
Thank you
not?
so much, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow.
Sleep beams.
Sleep beams. All right, Tanvir, I know you're patient, bro, so I'm just going to let you hang on here for a little bit, and I'm going to go over to Eric. Poker Pro
Sleep beams.
Eric.
Yeah,
What's up?
you know better not to ever challenge Nick to a pizza eating contest, don't you?
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh my
Well, we've
God!
never challenged him before, so we have nothing to go off of.
Yeah, I did not know this, Eric.
I've seen the man in action at the arena with a piece
You
of
have.
pizza.
How many pieces
Yeah,
have you
it's like-
seen him eat?
Well, I bought him 2 pieces so that he he
Okay.
had to. Yeah.
Why not poker?
So are
Yeah.
you backing his claim that he can eat 102? It was 102
Yes.
pieces of pizza?
Yes.
Yes.
You're going all in on that?
You're shoving all your chips in all in. Poker Pro.
No,
Oh
I
my-
as a poker player, I'd never advise to do that. It's a bad idea. Also,
Poker,
as
you
a-
better buy me pizza.
as a runner, you don't want to risk a hamstring pull or a ankle injury. So you coast to the finish line. You don't want to push yourself to get injured at the finish line. So, yeah,
Well said.
yeah. I think we got it. We figured it out. Let's do that. And I think one of the previous guys says a great example is this is our first time in the playoffs in forever. We really need to be healthy because I don't want to be a one and done. Or even if you lose in the first round, at least make it like a full series, not like a quick sweep or whatever. So
Poker.
what's that? Nick, are you going to the live show, Nick?
Oh, poker. Really? Yeah, I am.
Okay, good. I got a bunch of tickets for you. Okay, well, anyways, great win tonight. F the Lakers though, man. They're on a hot streak. I'm scared because if LeBron comes back and AD's killing it, I'm scared the Lakers and the Kings in the first round though. What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, they would definitely scare me. I think they should scare any team if they're able to get in the way they've played lately, with a healthy, as you mentioned, LeBron and Anthony Davis. That team made a lot of really great moves at the deadline, and it paid off big time for them. But I don't see really a great chance for them to get Sacramento in the first round, though. I just don't think the Kings are catching Memphis at this point for 2. And the Lakers are going to have to go in through the play-in tournament, so that means at best they get 7.
Hey, Roy Rebounds, breaking news. Matt George says, Mike Brown says Kings GM Monte McNair told him after the game that De'Aaron Fox wanted to come back in the game and was held back. That's according to Matt Barnes, ABC 10.
Breaking news.
Wow, that was hard
Wow,
to follow.
Nick,
That was
that's pretty-
Matt
that's pretty
George
freaking news,
said
Nick.
that Mike Brown said that De'Aaron Fox told him that.
Yeah, he said, she said. De'Aaron Fox is okay, I think is the TLDR of that, right? No.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
Well, I'm happy to hear that somebody wants to run through the finish line, like De'Aaron Fox and myself. The rest of you guys just want to
Fred.
walk. You guys just want to
Good to
walk
see you,
to the
man.
finish line. I get it. I get
Poker,
it.
poker. Eric,
No,
why not?
That's the point. They're already at the finish line. They've clinched home court advantage.
Yeah, so
I don't
don't
wanna
get a
rest anybody
hamstring
until
injury,
that
don't fall
happens.
over, don't get an ankle sprain. Yeah.
Why
All
not,
right.
poker?
You guys win. Everybody yell at me at the same time. It's okay. I get it.
Like to be
Eric.
poker. Like to be poker.
Fire the laser, Nick. Fire the laser.
Why not?
Fire the purple laser, bro.
Why not have pizza? Why not
guys
have you
asked
buy
for
me
it.
pizza,
I love you,
poker?
Nick, but I'm moving you down to speaker. Or I mean, not to speaker. To not speaker. There we go. All right, Eric, I want to hear from you, buddy, because I think you've talked to us once before, right? Is this your second time on the show?
I think so, but obviously it's a little tough to remember me over Nick's voice. Yes, I understand.
Yeah, I love Nick a lot, but I gotta give the stage to other people sometimes.
Well, Nick is the most famous Kings fan other than Fine Lady, probably.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and he's a lot nicer than her, I heard also.
I don't want to get into that, but I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard the same. Let's leave it at that.
But just give me your overall feelings. I mean, like, as a Kings fan, like I saw in your bio, sad Kings fan, right? I've been a Kings fan for a really, really long time, and honestly, like for me, like I don't know if the success of this season has really like actually hit me yet. Like it doesn't feel real. So like, where are you at?
Well, I'm at because I think I put that in my profile probably 3 to 4 years ago. I've had my Twitter for 10 years. I probably changed it to Sad Kings Fan like 3 or 4. So obviously things have changed this season. I might be able to update it. But I think where we're all at, I think 90% of Kings fans know that as a Kings fan, the national media, the national other fan bases, they still look at us kind of funny, and they're waiting to see if we're for real. I think Kings have to win the first round, no matter who they play, before we can say we're no longer like nervous or sad Kings fan. Like it hasn't changed yet. Yes, we're winning, but like winning isn't really that great because like half the teams get in the actually over half the teams get in the playoffs every year. So that's why it's embarrassing we haven't been there for now 17 years, 16 seasons. But I think we actually have to win the first round, and then we will be considered like legit. What do you guys think?
What do you think, Cal?
I agree with that. I've been saying that for some time now, that I'm not sure that Kings fans need that to happen in order for them to feel that the Kings are legit, or at least will be legit for, several years to come after this. But I think from a national standpoint, absolutely. No one is going to give the Kings any sort of credit until they win a playoff series. 100%.
I
so I'm thinking like
yeah, maybe because the Kings have home court, or if they have home court advantage in the first round, that puts a little bit more pressure on them, where it's like you got to win the first round series. You had home court advantage, stuff like that. But honestly, like I'm just happy that they're in the playoffs, that they're even in the conversation. We had a game flexed on national TV. Maybe my standards are really low because my heart's been broken way too many times.
Make sense.
But I mean, like I'm just happy that they're here. Like Rome was not built in a day. You can't build a house without putting in the foundation first. Like I look at this season as a foundation for the Kings. And I think that we don't want to rush anything. I was not in favor of trading for a big name guy, a superstar at the deadline or anything like that. I just want to lay one brick at a time. And I thought we've done an excellent job this year laying a nice foundation. A first-round playoff win would be, or a first-round advancing would be incredible. I would be extremely.
It doesn't matter who they beat. They could beat anybody, even if it's the Lakers without LeBron. So I know, just for example, they could beat the worst team, and as long as they advance, because everyone's going to not laugh at us, but they're going to be like, "See, I told you the Kings were not any good," and that's what I'm worried about. No, not that worried, but that's what's going to happen eventually if they do make the playoff and they're one and done. People are going to say, the Kings were never for real.
Oh, I definitely feel that.
Absolutely. Until next season when they come out and they get home court in the first round again.
Well, no, of course, the Kings are going to be good for a while. I mean, it's the bonus is here for at least one more year, and then Fox is under contract. Our two best players are going to be here for a long time, I feel like. And then our coach is on a 6-year deal, I believe, something like that. So he's pretty locked in for a while. So this is not like I'll use the LA Rams as an example. Remember the LA Rams, a year or two ago, they hired a bunch of hired guns, and they went over the salary cap. They're kind of on the way down already because they fired their whole load, and now the Kings, like, they're ready to, like I said, their building blocks and foundation is there. I'm positive, like you guys are positive about the future, but again, I just want people to take the Kings seriously and like not laugh at Kings fans, because people are always like, I'm sure you get it too. Like, why would you want to be a Kings fan? Like, that's stupid. Like, that must be painful. It's like, well, yeah, but now it's actually worth it, right?
Definitely. And I think Kings fans they're okay with that, with taking that criticism right now because of all the things that we just talked about. We know that the Kings are set up for success in the future, that even if they don't win a playoff series this season, there's good reason to think that they're going to win many playoff series over the next, 5 years or something like that.
I don't want to be the negative person.
Jim Circle in the chat, he says it best. He says Mike Brown said when he got here, he didn't come here to win a bunch of regular season games. He came here to win playoffs and a championship run because he was used to winning playoff games with the Warriors. He didn't want to come here just like win regular season games. He's already a playoff coach.
Definitely. And that's another – he came here because he believed that this team was capable of doing it. So.
Yep.
Well, yeah, like let's say if the Kings had hired me as coach, I'd just be grateful to have a chance, grateful to get the money. Mike Brown's not coming here for the money. He wants to actually, he would never come here to rebuild. Yeah.
Definitely. And look, this has been a match made in heaven all season long. Since they hired Mike Brown, he's been perfect for this team, for the players, the young guys. The fact that a lot of them don't have a lot of experience or playoff experience, which I was going to mention when you asked me if I was Mike Brown, what my preparation would be those 6 days going into the playoffs. He's going to keep things, I believe, as normal as possible for this team. He's going to have them lean on his experience. I think they'll have really good, intense workouts, practices, all that stuff. They'll prepare the way that they need to prepare because he's been there before. But I think overall, if you've got a young team like that, that has gotten to the point that they're at, by doing the things that they've done well all year long, you're not going to put too much pressure on them. You're not going to try to change things too much in terms of routine and all that stuff. You're just going to want these guys to be focused and ready to play. So there are obviously many specific things, game plan, all that stuff, depending on who you're playing in the first round, that you will do to prepare for those things. But in terms of, just your general attitude towards it, I think that he will have them lean on his experience and keep the routine as normal as possible for them.
Well, that's why Mike Brown, too. He's the right guy for the job. I thought Luke Walton was actually not a terrible coach. A lot of people wanted to shit on him, but, he had really little experience. He obviously had no playoff experience. He wasn't, not as a coach. I mean, even as a player, I believe he was mostly a bench player. I believe, right? He wasn't really a go-to guy in the playoffs. But if Luke Walton was the coach of this team this year, I don't think it'd be awful, but he wouldn't be the right guy. Mike Brown is the right guy.
Yeah. I'm not a Luke Walton fan, but I think Mike Brown's doing an incredible job. But hey, listen, Eric, I appreciate you coming on tonight. I want to go over to Fred because I know he's
fire the laser.
Late.
Fire the laser.
But I wanted to ask you one more thing, Eric, before you leave. It was a question I asked to Calvin earlier, and he just kind of touched on it. And Ty, I'm going to go to you next, but I know Fred's up late, so I want to hear from him. But Eric, if you're the coach of the Kings, you have 6-7 days off before the playoffs start. What's your game plan?
I would do what they do in the NFL. You know how they'll come in for the first two series of the game, they'll play a 4 downs or 8 downs, whatever, kind of thing. I think you bring the guys in, but you limit their minutes severely. I'm talking 16 to 18 minutes maybe for the starters, something like that. Maybe not even play the second half, just maybe play or just do first quarter and third quarter. So they get their reps, they're on the court, but you're not going to get tired. Your injury risk is very low when you're playing only 16 minutes. And who cares if you win or lose those games? They're so far ahead of the 3 seed. I'd say minimal rest.
I like that plan for the last couple games, but the last game will be on the 9th, and then the playoffs won't start till the 15th or the 16th. So you'll have a stretch there of 6 or 7 days with no games. So what are you going to do to get your team ready?
Well, that's what every playoff team is going to do. They're going to have practice still. They're not going to maybe go super hard. It's playing 40 minutes if you say you have 5-6 days off, if you play 40 minutes and have 5 days off anyway versus 16 minutes, that's not going to change. You don't need to win those games, is what I'm saying. So I just take it easy. Don't get them hurt, obviously. That's too obvious. Really, everyone knows that. But I would just maybe focus on a little more defense because even tonight I was a little worried. It seemed to get a little high scoring there in the first half, right?
Definitely.
Oh, yeah. They were not making many stops in the first half, for sure.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Dude, thank you, Eric. Appreciate you. Have a good night. Well. We'll be back tomorrow. All right, let's head on over to Fred. Fred, you must be feeling good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you guys? That's more important. How are you guys? It's fucking good, isn't it?
Doing great, man. Like the bean.
I'm feeling great. You know
it's a bollocks in it. Like the fucking bean. It was nice, wasn't it? Nice. Honestly, I must thank you guys though. Like I always have to walk home a couple of miles after my gig to get my steps in. But it was just nice just listening to you guys, just talking about the game. So I must thank you for that, first of all.
You're welcome, man. We're always here.
And also, I'm looking forward to the first game of the playoffs. I've heard that the halftime show is going to be Nick trying to set a world record of 103 slices of pizza.
Hey,
I love it.
It's going to be lit in there.
I'm going to look up what the current.
It would be good, wouldn't it? Yeah, Nick's got to smash it, man. How are you, Nick? Anyway, please don't come in.
No, I think he's very appreciative of you cheering him on. So,
Fred,
let me ask you.
He's a legend.
Oh, of course. Let me ask you, because one of the big topics we've been talking with everybody so far today is your approach to the end of this season. Are you in favor of, assuming the Kings have home court locked up, the division is clinched, all that stuff, would you try to give maybe Domas and Fox a little bit of rest?
I would shut them down, personally. Just shut them down for a couple of weeks. Send them to Hawaii, and then you two guys can take them out, get them some cocktails, and just give them a good time for a couple of weeks. Hype them up, ready for the playoffs. Yeah. That's what they need.
Fred, you don't want them hanging out with us before the playoffs start. They're not going to be ready for the playoffs.
Definitely don't come here. Yeah, don't send them over here either.
They can come. We'll meet them in Vegas after they win the title, and then we'll hang out.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. But yeah, just shut them down. And the other thing as well, like if you shut the starters down, you're going to create some sort of recipe for an appetite for some of the bench players to, the playoffs are coming up, aren't they? So the playoffs are going to be there. It's a big stage for some of these reserve players, and they're going to want to come out and prove themselves because they're going to want to, play in these playoff games because, it's going to be nationally televised. And the other thing as well, if some of these role players all of a sudden step up in these playoff games, they're going to be looking for contracts possibly at,
True.
Other teams. And it could be worth money for these guys as well. So, just literally shut down the starters and just let these role players come out and sort of, make a play for their position to come off the bench in the playoff game. So, yeah, it's a win-win situation, I think,
you
on
would
that one.
sit all five of the starters?
I wouldn't necessarily sit on five of them. You probably keep Harrison Barnes in there. He's just Mr. Consistent. Plus, he probably knows how to load manage himself as well. So he's not going to be stressing himself out too much. I'd keep Keegan in there because it's just experience for Keegan. Who else? We've got Kevin Herter. Maybe I would shut Kevin Herter down. Yeah. Shut Kev down.
I really like
because as it's proved,
And Eric said that he was going to start the normal starters, pull them after a few minutes, put them in to start the third quarter, pull them again, put the bench guys in, give them some trust, have the bench guys try and win the game. I thought that was a great way to handle it.
It's a nice idea, but it's not for me. Not for me. Because the other thing as well, we're going to be coming up against some of the teams now. Who have we got coming up? We've got Denver coming up. We got Minnesota coming up. Portland, and who's to know that they're going to? Yeah, that's it.
Dallas, Golden State.
And the other thing as well, if we're going against other teams we might face in the playoffs, who's to know that they might accidentally nudge a player or try to deliberately over-exuberate a player into maybe getting a freak injury. So yeah, just shut them down and just give them some rest and then we'll just go full throttle in the playoffs. That's the way to do it, I think. What was it? 2 games we need now to get to the playoffs. So and I think home court advantage is pretty much booked. So yeah, let's just chill the team down and then put some trust as well. Put some trust in the reserve players because if they come out fighting and they get a couple of good results, that's going to boost their confidence as well. So we're going to have a really confident, starting five going into those playoff games, and then if reserves come in and they do something pretty decent in their starting minutes, it's only going to be good for us.
There you go.
Yeah,
I like it.
that's what I would do.
I'm with you, man. I agree. For me, it's just Fox and Domas. Those are the guys I would try to get them 2 full
100%.
at the end of the season.
And the thing is, they've been playing so hard all season as well. They just, and like you say, it's a five or 6 game break anyway in between the end of the season and the start of the playoffs. So if you can extend that to 10 days, 11 days, maybe even 12 days, that's all. That's a hell of a difference when it comes to recuperating and just regenerating your body as well. So yeah. 100%.
I think it would be a great 100%. Opportunity to give some of these two-way guys an opportunity to get some run as well, right? They've been the best team in the Western Conference of the G League all year long. They've put up really good numbers.
Yeah.
Give Keita some minutes.
You're saying Keita?
Yeah, down the stretch.
Okay.
If you're going to sit Sabonis for a couple of games, absolutely play him. Play Keon Ellis. Give those guys an opportunity.
Might encourage some fans.
Yeah, and Keon Ellis.
I know everyone's been waiting for Keita. Yeah.
And the thing is, it's also an opportunity as well for them to bed themselves in for next season, because your guys like Keita and your Keon Ellis's, they are going to be guys that you are going to be wanting to step up next season to come from that reserve team of the Stockton Kings into maybe becoming role players for the actual first team next year. So it's a perfect opportunity for them to actually say, do you know what, I'm here, I want to be noticed, I want a contract the next season, so yeah, I'm going to play my heart out in these few games. And you never know, they might even come out and do something very, very special in those games to, be considered to get specialised minutes in those playoff games, especially a guy like Keita as well, because we do lack that big man who can come in and do something that Sabonis does, because we don't have anyone in that team currently who I do apologise about my dogs. Dogs, behave yourselves.
All good, man.
I've just got in, yeah. So yeah, someone like Keita who can come in and just grab a few rebounds when we going up against a big team, and like you guys were saying earlier, we do struggle against teams with length like your Minnesotas and so forth. So yeah, come out and prove yourselves, guys, and just.
I like it. I want to give a quick shout out to Frankie Cardicelli. He just posted on Twitter, tonight marked only the 8th time in Sacramento Kings franchise history that they turned the ball over 4 times or less in a single game. 4 turnovers, 0 turnovers in the second half of this game, 29 assists for the Kings. The last time the Kings turned the ball over 4 times or less was March 11th, 2018.
Wow.
That third quarter by tonight,
that's wild.
That is, and that was without Aaron Fox for most of that second half.
Yeah, that's wild.
Guys, can I talk about the third quarter tonight?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so obviously I finished me gig and so forth. So we always sit downstairs in the pub, and we have a few of the staff there and the door staff, like the security staff, and I always watch the. You right, gents? It's my dog there going, he's saying hello to everybody. He's saying like the beaming dog.
There you go.
Yeah, he's firing my laser. So, yeah, anyway, so we sit in the pub afterwards, and I always get my mate to put the Kings game on with the app, and he's one of the doormen, and the third quarter was on. Obviously, I missed the first half. The third quarter's on, and he's been watching the Kings, and I've been telling him how basketball works. And at one point, I'm talking to him. This is during the third quarter when the Kings are making that massive, massive fight back, and we smashed them in that third quarter. And at one stage, I'm going, Dave, because his name's Dave, blah, 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 blah. And I could not get his eyes off of the screen. He was so transfixed as a newcomer to watching basketball. He was just amazed at how good the actual play was with the Kings, and I think I've converted him. I think we got a new Kings fan.
That was going to be my question. We got
Good
another
job,
one.
Fred. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's just nice to see, you know. That it's, Dave, and he's like, "Oh, Dave, I'm talking to you." But he was just watching the game, you know, and it's just really nice to see as someone who's never really watched basketball before, just really appreciating the actual sport and his appreciation come from our absolutely amazing offense, and they were quite good defensively in that third quarter as well.
Yeah, dude, they played absolutely great in the third quarter there, Fred. And hey, I want to come visit you. I want to go check out your pub. I want to watch a Kings game there.
Yeah.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
Come over to the UK. It's good fun.
We have a question for you in the chat from Kevin.
Yeah,
he says,
do it. Hello, Kevin.
Ask this bloke who his soccer team is.
Ipswich Town. And you know what? I'm going to get gas on about Ipswich now as well. You know, Ipswich, okay, so you think Kings fans have had it bad. Okay, Ipswich, the last time we were in the Premier League was, I think it was 2001, 2002, and we've just been on a downward spiral since then. So, yeah. You think the Kings have had it bad? Ipswich, we've had it bad for even longer. But the great thing is, our football team is now doing really, really well over here. I'm hoping Premier League within 2 seasons, and then the Kings are doing well this season. So, yeah, fucking glorious. Absolutely glorious right now.
Yeah, feels good. Shout out to Kevin.
Who's Kevin's football team? Who's Kevin's football team?
I got to go over to Ty because he's been waiting. But, Fred, the last thing I want to ask you is kind of something we were talking about with Eric earlier in terms of playoff success for this Kings team. You know, if the Kings lose in the first round, how are you feeling about the Kings? How do you feel about the season?
Well, I think, to be completely honest, I think we've got the West sewn up. The only team I'm kind of concerned about in the West is probably the Nuggets, because I don't think we match up too well against them. I know we got Sabonis, but I think Jokic is just a little bit ahead of him in terms of skill there. I think we will possibly make the conference finals. I think we will probably win the West if the Nuggets get knocked out before we meet them. Wow. And then I think we will lose the NBA finals because I just don't think we're a match for anything on the East at the minute. And that's how I see it.
It's a bold prediction.
I hope you're right. That'll be a fun ride.
Yeah, but okay, I was going to ask
it would
you guys
suck to lose in the finals, but
cool.
it would be a very fun ride to get there.
Yeah, and honestly, you know, guys, you know, do any of the teams in the West particularly scare you?
Well, yeah.
I'm never scared, Fred. I'm never scared.
I think it's totally fair to admit that you're maybe scared isn't the word you want to use, but worried about certain teams in a 7-game series. If Kevin Durant comes back 100% healthy and you got to play that team in a 7-game series, I would be worried about them. Yeah. I would be worried about playing Memphis in a 7-game series also. I'm not saying that it's inconceivable to think the Kings could beat those teams, but there are definitely going to be
the other thing as well, we've matched these teams
for the Kings, no matter how far they make it into the playoffs.
But the other thing as well, we've matched these teams as well. We've gone toe to toe. We've kind of matched. We've matched Memphis to a certain degree. We've matched the Suns to a certain degree. The only teams we've not matched are the teams on the East, like Philadelphia, the Boston Celtics, and obviously the Giannis team, the Bucks.
That is
anyone
true.
else in that West, we have gone toe to toe.
They haven't played Phoenix with Kevin Durant yet, but you are right. They've been competitive against all these teams.
But again, you know, they still have to integrate Durant into that, you know, into that team. You know, he's signed for the Suns, hasn't he? And he's played like how many games for them? Maybe 2 or 3 games, I suppose.
3 or 4.
Yeah. So you know, that's going to be like bringing a brand new player into your team, and it's going to take him a few games to adjust. And you cannot overlook the home court advantage of the Kings. You know, they have the best home support in probably the whole of the NBA. So, you know, any team coming into the Kings arena, they're going to be shit scared of us. And, you know, even tonight, you know, we were down.
For sure.
You know, even tonight, it proved a big thing as well. You know, we were down in that, you know, coming into the third quarter, and just having that home court advantage and having that fire and that passion behind the team probably brought them that win tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I see it, Fred, is the Kings are basically playing with house money at this point. No one expected them to be this
massively
good, this fast.
Massively.
And it's like, you go to the playoffs, if you play a team like Phoenix, if Phoenix loses to the Sacramento Kings in the first round or second round of the playoffs, like, they have a lot more to lose than we do. If we lose to Phoenix, it's like, oh, you lost to Kevin Durant, you lost to a team that's probably going to the NBA Finals. You know, the Kings made the playoffs. They've put a foundation down, and they're actually, you know, doing something. But if Phoenix loses, it's over. It is over. But hey, Fred, I appreciate you so much. I want to go over the time, guys, but I want to give you got any last words?
Just thank you for the Kings for being very good for all of our mental health this year. And that's how I'm going to put it, because they've been very good for that, haven't they? And cheers to you guys for putting the show on as well.
Yeah, thank you,
Thanks,
Fred.
man. Always good to talk to you.
We appreciate all your support. And, dude, you're the real MVP. You're the one that stays up late every single night to support them. We see you.
It's been daylight here now for about an hour now, so yeah, here we go.
I heard the birds.
That's it. Anyway, guys, cheerio. Take care.
Fred. Have a good night. Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Live the beam, of course. Live the beam.
Okay, let's go over to Ty.
Cheerio.
Tanvir, dude. Tanvir is the most patient person in the world. Appreciate you, Tanvir. Ty, what's up?
Legend Tanvir.
Yo, good day. I didn't watch much of this game at all, as I accidentally fucking banged my head on the shower door. At least I would do something fucking stupid like that, so I missed most of the game. I really just came up here to say fuck the Suns, as obviously, you know, I hate them with a burning passion. Fuck that bitch ass Chris Paul. See,
wait.
You know,
Hold on.
There's one other thing you came on to say too, right?
You got to say light the beam. I like all the stuff you're saying, but you just kind of glossed over the most important part of the story, and that was the fact that you hit your head on the shower and you missed half the game because of that. What happened?
Concussion?
So I had a cat, right, and I was like rinsing it out so it doesn't fucking smell, and I was like backing in and just smacked right my head into the shower door.
Oh man,
it wasn't good.
How long were you out for?
No,
you're in protocol.
It's like
right
I got
now.
knocked out.
I didn't
get knocked out.
Okay, I thought you were like I ran into
the
the shower door, so I missed half the Kings game, and I'm like, what happened? You got to go to the hospital or something?
No. I just I was a bit dizzy, so I was like, I'm not gonna go on my phone. That's probably the best. So
okay. But well, hopefully you feel better, man. That sucks.
Oh, I feel fine now. Just at the time, it fucking hurt like a cunt.
Yeah.
All right, please continue on your Chris Paul rant.
Sorry for interrupting.
That's all good. Yeah, no. Fuck that bitch ass Chris Paul. This is what he gets for elbowing Jose Alvarado in the playoffs. Motherfucker thinks he's gonna get away with it. I'm a petty ass motherfucker. I let things go most of the time. So when I get annoyed at something and I remember, I am gonna fucking remember that motherfucker shit for the rest of my life. Like, I like Chris Paul overall. I think Chris Paul is kind of underrated as an all-time player. But Chris Paul, since he got to Houston, has just been a straight-up bitch. He complains about everything. He flops when it comes to whatever. And it's even worse this year because Chris Paul now doesn't even have any sort of speed to play any sort of defense. So what he does, he just grabs everybody. It's not the Kings. It's not just us. He grabs anybody and everybody who he's guarding because the slow old man can't fucking guard anyone. He needs to retire. Fuck Devin Booker. I saw he had a great game. I still don't give a fuck. Fuck Jock Landale. Oh my god. I don't know if you see my timeline. I absolutely hate the prick. Every time he goes off, it just pisses me off. If he played
Why aren't you
fucking
proud
well,
of your countryman?
proud of my country. He's the fucking reason why we only have bronze and we could have had silver. He fucking played like shit the entire Olympics.
He's playing better than Ben Simmons at this point.
Oh, I'm not getting into that. We'll turn into a 20-year rant, which I don't have the time for.
Well, what about Ty? What do you think about the Suns mascot?
The gorilla? I really don't care. I have no words. I just don't care.
Okay.
Not the worst mascot in the NBA?
I mean, why a gorilla?
No, I wouldn't say it's the worst.
Does that make sense? Why is it a gorilla, dude? What does that have to do with the sun?
I don't know, but it's like that would be just fucking corny as hell if I saw a sun. I'm not gonna lie. So I kind of respect that it's not a sun because it just look corny.
Yeah, you're right. It's a horrible team name. I agree.
The only thing I think of when I think about a Sun mascot is Jackie Moon in semi-pro.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I agree. It would be very corny.
Yeah. And dude, actually, Ty, I was kind of on the same wavelength as you watching the game. I was like, man, I miss Hornets Chris Paul. Hornets Chris Paul was so much fun to watch. But once he got to LA, he turned into a little bitch. He did. And he complains about everything. But Doc Rivers
pretty fun
complains.
to watch in LA.
Doc Rivers complains about everything.
Still, I agree. I love Chris Paul as a player. I think he's underappreciated in terms of his entire career. But
yeah,
I will definitely say this: he is definitely the type of guy that I would hate to play against.
Yeah. Love him if he's on your team. Hate him if he's not on your team. Him, you got Draymond. There's a few players that are in that category.
Oh no, you could even throw in Bogut. I think Andrew Bogut is not the type of player you would want to go up against. Like, I'm not gonna. He's just dirty. Like, just because it's strange, that doesn't mean I'm gonna fucking say it. Like, he's a dirty ass motherfucker.
Yeah, I agree. Did you ever see the video of him breaking his elbow?
Oh no, for sure. That was definitely horrific.
Dude, that's
the
one
first
of
time
the
I saw it, I was just
injury videos I ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
The way
he
lands on
really
his arm, it's crazy.
I can't watch that because I have flashbacks of my elbow.
Yeah, his is worse.
I know, but mine was pretty bad.
Yeah. Anyways, Ty, let's hear it. Come on. Now we know why you're here.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Light the beam.
Yes. So, dude, I feel that.
Feels good.
I
Fire
feel
the
it.
laser.
Oh,
shit.
Fire the laser!
It feels great, dude. I love it.
I regret this. I regret this so much.
Before we let you go, real quick update. Tell us how your Pelicans are doing. And then we got a game on April 4th in New Orleans. I'm looking here right now. ESPN says tickets as low as $5.
Yeah, that's because all the starters are going to be out.
That's the lowest ticket prices I've seen this year. So what's going on? Do all Pelicans fans live in Australia or what's going on here?
Man, you got good with that one.
Oh, that's actually good. I have no fucking clue, bro. We're doing fine. I mean, we beat up on a bunch of fucking bozos and then poor teams. It's like beating up on the homeless. Am I supposed to be proud of that? Like, you did what you're supposed to do, I guess.
Your laugh sounded more like a pelican than my pelican noise did. Yeah, there it is again. Love it.
Oh my god. Okay. But yeah, we're fine. I guess. Now I'm indifferent about this team. I don't know how the fuck I feel, so I guess we just take it as a day. If we lose, I'll probably say fire everybody. If we win, I'm saying we're back. That's where we're at right now.
What is the latest on Zion? Is he going to play before the end of the regular season?
He's being reevaluated in 2 weeks. So he just got
2 weeks.
No, we just got an update.
Yeah,
we got an update here.
That's what I'm saying.
It says that Zion will be competing in the pizza eating contest with Calvin and I.
Oh, wonderful!
Before the playoffs start.
I mean, yeah, he would most definitely win that. Can't lie.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. It says that the world record
I think
holder
he could give Nick a run for his
is
money.
actually Joey Chestnut. 45.
Of course it is.
45 slices of pizza in 10 minutes.
Dude, that is
That
disgusting.
just
to even
doesn't
think
sound
about.
good, bro.
In 10 minutes?
10 minutes of action.
God.
Yeah, the indigestion is about to hit. That would hit crazy.
Man.
That's wild. Well, Ty, you know that we got room on the wagon. If you ever want to jump on over, become a full-time Kings fan, dude, we'd be happy to have you.
Yeah, respectfully, you guys can fuck off. That's never going to happen. I'd rather
Come
die.
on, it should be easy for you. You already root for a team that's named the Kings.
Yeah, you said light the beam already.
Yeah, because I made it back. Because look, that's what happens when I'm in the moment and I was happy that my team was in the finals. That's all it was.
That's okay,
But
buddy.
yeah.
Well, hey, the offer still stands. We'll always be here. We'll be driving by with that wagon. Just feel free to run, catch up to us, and jump on any time, dude. We'd be happy to have you, Ty.
Yeah. I appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks,
have a good
Ty.
night, man. Appreciate you. All right. Dude, we've been going for a while.
That's another one. Have a good day, I believe.
Oh, yeah,
right?
good day.
Or wait, no, they're behind us.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't keep track of this daylight savings time, Calvin. We've been going for a long time, but I know Joseph is up on stage, so I definitely want to hear from him. But Calvin, I mean, anything else you wanted to mention about the game tonight? Then we'll hear from Joseph, and then we need to go right into tomorrow's game against Utah.
Yeah.
So you got anything else before we go to Joseph?
No, we're here for the people today.
We are here for the people. Joseph, what's up?
Yo, what's y'all skip Tanvir or what?
Oh, Tanvir's,
no.
Tanvir's the closer, bro. He's
let
our
off.
Mariano
Okay,
Rivera.
okay.
He put him
Let
at the
off.
end, dude,
What are you
to
talking
close.
about? No, he's the
closes
captain,
game.
lead off, Derek Jeter.
And he closes.
I-
He's both, dude.
Oh, wow, okay.
I got you, man. I got you. Just making sure I don't step over anybody.
No, you're good.
Yeah, man. This shit is dope.
I like
Yeah, I know Fox went down, but this was just like a great team effort. Herder came out on fire, like his hair, like, you know, red dead revolver or whatever you guys call it, man. Like,
Red Dead Revolver.
you know, there's a band called Velvet Revolver, or they used to be.
Nice.
That could be a
That
nickname.
a lot.
Red Velvet Revolver or some shit like that.
Just Velvet. Velvet Revolver.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's
VR.
a good.
VR.
Yep.
That's dope.
Man, he only got a double-double tonight. He's like one assist away from a double-double, so that was a great game.
One rebound
from
away.
him. One rebound. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Rebounds, nice. Okay.
Yeah, it was crazy, dude. I was looking at the box score. I'm like, 9 rebounds tonight for Kevin Herder, and Harrison Barnes only had 1 rebound. Dude, great game for Kevin Herder. He's killing it. He's killing it.
Definitely, and he's huge for the offense. He draws a lot of attention. Him and Sabonis have great chemistry with each other. Just awesome to see. Obviously, I hope Fox is back soon. Looks like it's probably not too bad, I hope, but you know, it's kind of scary to have your best player go down or your closer, you know. But they found a way to win that in the fourth, so that's all that matters. 15 games over 500.
Hell yeah.
9 games left.
So crazy.
Say that again. Say that again, Joseph.
15 games over 500.
Woo!
Feels
Man,
good.
that sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds great. And I'm looking at the standings here, man. We could get anybody from the Clippers, the Suns, the Warriors, the Timberwolves. Even the Lakers are moving up right now. You know, but like Eminem and 8 Mile, I don't give a fuck who it is. I just want.
We're never
I think
scared.
that might be my never scared.
Like T.I.
I ain't
says,
never-
I ain't never scared.
Hell yeah.
I like it.
Oh
man.
yeah, I just want.
I like
wanna
it a
get
lot,
there.
man. We're not going to play Denver. We're not going to play Memphis in the first round. I think we can all agree that we're probably not going to play either of those guys in the first round. So I'm
Right.
feeling great.
Definitely. Yeah, I think KD's coming back for the Suns on like Wednesday supposedly, but they still got to figure their stuff out. They're hard to watch, man. Booker, Chris Paul, you know, floppers will make you into fouls. Just not a fun brand of basketball to watch, but you know that's why I'm happy they got a couple technicals tonight.
we got the W, kind of silenced them, take a bigger lead on them too. So, it's all good.
That made me smile also. Something I was talking to Calvin about a few days ago, which I thought was pretty interesting. I mean, Phoenix is they had the best record last year, right? Or second best record, and then they just fell apart in the playoffs.
They had the best record in the NBA last year.
And then they fell apart in the playoffs. They were in the NBA Finals a couple years ago. Obviously, they made the big trade for KD now. Like, if they don't go far in the playoffs this year, like, they might have to make some serious changes or at least think about making some changes. I'm looking here at the salary cap. You got Chris Paul for 2 more years. He's much older, right? Not the same guy. Both of those years are partially guaranteed. Maybe they make a change at the point guard position. I also know of a guy that's friends with KD who's a free agent at the end of the year. Maybe Kyrie gets signed and traded for Chris Paul. What would you think about something like that?
That would be crazy. I think both those teams are probably going to regret these trades in the next year or two. But
definitely,
I don't hate Kyrie for Chris Paul. Maybe that would work out better for both teams. But I honestly don't care. I would love to see both these teams collapse.
Hell yeah.
Well, like Dallas is already doing it right before our very eyes.
They're both put in a really, really tough position. And that's kind of what I was saying is it's like Dallas traded a bunch for this guy in Kyrie who's a free agent. I read an article saying the Lakers are moving on from him. They want to bring back D'Lo and Austin Reeves. So then, is Dallas forced to re-sign this guy because they gave up so much to get him? Who else wants him? Like, there's a lot of really good point guards. I was looking through like all the starting point guards in the NBA. I'm like, dude, all these teams either have a star point guard or a really good up-and-coming point guard. Maybe Phoenix would be forced into doing a deal like that to make KD happy because their window's closing now. And maybe Dallas salvages some value out of Kyrie for doing a deal. I don't know. I agree with you. I would love to see both of these teams completely fall apart. I'm just happy that the Kings didn't pull the trigger on a big trade before the deadline because that's exactly what both of these teams did, and it's biting them in the ass.
Oh, yeah, man, for sure. With Kyrie, I mean, there's always, the Lakers or something. But I'm just glad that a lot of these stacked teams, it's just not working out for them, which is good to see. It's kind of like, it looks like the super team era is kind of over, it's more like a duo era, or, just well-rounded teams. And it's good for the league. It's more competitive. Like you look at the West, it's like it's separated by, a couple games for these lower seedings. It's pretty crazy.
Definitely.
It's nuts, man. 7 through 10 in the West, they've all got the same number of losses, and 5 and 6 only have one fewer loss. So it's a wild race.
Out of the play-in right now. I think the Mavericks are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. Well, Joseph, I appreciate you joining us on the show tonight. The last thing I want to ask you is kind of something I asked a bunch of people tonight, and that's the last game of the season or the regular season is on April 9th. The playoffs don't start until the 15th or the 16th. What would your plan be for the Kings over that 6 or 7 day span to get them ready for the playoffs?
Oh man, I mean, I guess it depends on who you're facing. Obviously, you gotta work on a game plan, watch film or whatever. But I hope the guys can also get a little bit of rest too. I'm hoping Fox is okay. If we clinch, I'm open to clinch a playoffs, but I'm open to giving Sabonis and Fox at least some rest. But yeah, I think you just kind of watch film on who your opponent is, and I'm sure Mike Brown will come up with a good game plan.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think this team likes to have fun with each other too, right? So
I
would
definitely
assume or think that they do some sort of team bonding, fun thing, keep it loose, feel good going into the playoffs, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Bring a gun to a strip club, whatever,
Yeah, hopefully Red Dead Revolver doesn't take that new nickname literally, right?
Seriously.
That would
Yeah.
not be good. Well, anyways,
All right, you
Joseph,
guys.
thank you so much for hanging out tonight, man. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Yep. See ya.
All right, buddy. Have
Thanks,
a good night.
Joseph.
All right. Before we get back to Tanvir, dude, shout out to Tanvir. This is awesome. Most patient guy ever. But Calvin, we need to talk about the next game. This is tomorrow. It's against the Utah Jazz.
Yes.
A team that just beat us a couple days ago. I had 2 days to drink my sorrows away, forget about the loss. Obviously, I feel much better after the win tonight. Feel pretty good about this stupid Utah Jazz team. But this time, Calvin, they got to come to our building.
Yeah.
They got to fight the Cowbells that are apparently not allowed in the arena. They'll be
they're
ringing
allowed.
loud.
They're allowed.
The Jazz will be there. I haven't even looked at the injury report yet. But give me your first thoughts on this matchup.
Well, I think it's another, get right or revenge game or whatever you want, however you want to put it, right? Like, it shouldn't be easy or it shouldn't be hard to get the Kings ready to play for this game. You just went to Utah. They were without two of their best players, arguably their two best players, or three, and you laid an egg big time in that game. So now you're very, very close to clinching a playoff spot. You got them back at home. Time to handle business.
You got to take that egg that you laid. You got to nourish it, let that thing hatch, and then crush the Jazz.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it more like the dinosaur egg.
Yeah.
At
sprinkled diamonds.
Yeah, sprinkled diamonds on it.
Yeah. I get it. Let that egg, develop.
Y'all want to fry some dinosaur egg up?
Anyways, Jordan Clarkson, Rudy Gay, Lauri Markkanen, and De'Aaron Fox are all doubtful for the game tomorrow. So it's pretty interesting. Let me hear your keys to the game, and then we're going over to Tanvir.
Well, my keys to the game, I'm going to have to scrap these and come up with 3 new ones on the fly, I think.
Uh-oh.
Because I kept them basically the same as the last time they played the Jazz. Number one key to the game was clutch is spelled F-O-X. Fox not playing or not likely to play in this game obviously is going to change that up. So I think key number one, we're going to stay locked, cocked, and ready to rock with Red Dead Revolver.
Okay.
I think if Fox is out, you got to lean on Herter. Hopefully he still is, his stroke is still good from 3. He can stay hot, but the playmaking ability without Fox there, I think, is going to be big. With probably Davion would be my guess to get the start in place of Fox. So I think they will run a lot of offense through Sabonis and Herter, 2-man game. And don't forget, Kevin Herter in the first meeting between these two teams hit that go-ahead 3 with, what was it, like late in the game, seconds left in the game that put them over the top to win. So he has played well against this team before. I think that they're definitely going to have to make a conscious effort to rebound. Walker Kessler did a really good job on Sabonis the last time they played this team. And he's had an amazing rookie season. Like, I saw a stat, Kessler has like 158 blocks in just over 1,500 minutes played this year. Rudy Gobert has 89 blocks in like 1,900 minutes played this season.
Yeah.
They were basically traded for each other because that pick ended up being Walker Kessler going to Utah. So they struck gold with getting him.
Oh, Walker Kessler is amazing.
Yeah. So
that's amazing.
And then key number 3 on that note is going to be points in the paint. That's something that the Kings have struggled. They did a much better job today in the second half, but the game against Boston, Utah, the last couple of games, they've struggled to score inside on these teams. So it was so apparent in the second half and the third quarter. The Kings are a good 3-point shooting team, but they really fuel that 3-point shooting by playing inside out. So if they're able to get inside and get some easy ones, that will definitely go a long way.
I'm just looking at this Utah Jazz roster, Calvin. A lot of girl names on this team. A lot of girl names. You got Lauri Markkanen, Jordan Clarkson, Kelly Olynyk, and Chris Dunn with a K. Interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know. Anyways, I think the Kings win this game. I think the Kings win. But Tanvir, let's hear from Tanvir. Tanvir, what are your keys to the game?
My keys are it would be the same. Attack the paint, but attack the paint. Get open shots and look for open guys.
What?
Sorry, Barry was distracting me. Could you repeat that, Tanvir?
Yeah. I said look for guys that are open. Play good defense and get the rebound.
Okay.
Like it.
Good keys. Good keys. Rebounds are going to be something you definitely need to beat this team. Dude, I just got to go back to Walker Kessler. Like, that dude has been incredible.
I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's
incredible.
A really, really good player. This Utah Jazz team might fast forward through this rebuild. Like, you know how big of a Colin Sexton fan I am. Lauri Markkanen's looking like a superstar.
Yeah,
Walker Kessler's like a Rookie of the Year candidate. You know, the salary cap looks pretty good. You got everybody basically expiring next year outside of the core players. So, yeah, they're looking good. But I'm going to stop talking positive about the Utah Jazz. Kings are smashing them tomorrow, Tanvir.
Yep. Got to smash them. Get our revenge.
You think this is a must-win game for the Kings?
It'd be a good win if we could get it. Another win under our belt.
Okay. You know the magic number for the Kings right now?
2.
2 what?
We need 2 wins.
2 wins to make the NBA playoffs, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
That streak is over. It's about to be over.
That's incredible. Have you had any other thoughts about what we're doing with Calvin's hair here?
No, not at all.
You don't stay up late at night thinking about it?
No.
Because I do.
Oh, no.
I just lay in bed, dude, in the middle of the night, and I'm like, bowl cut, perm, the alfalfa, whatever it was. That one guy wanted you a beam. Yeah, purple beam.
Yeah. Jay.
So many options, dude. I wish we could cut your hair every week on the show.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
That would be funny.
It wouldn't last very long. Barry's just jealous because he cut off all his hair, and so now he's projecting his
I'm growing it out again.
hair problems.
I'm growing it out again, Cal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'll probably grow it out for like a couple more weeks and then cut it again.
Yeah, very funny.
Yeah, I haven't been able to get a hold of my barber. Actually, he texted me a couple days ago and was like, you want me to come to the house? I might have him come for the show, for the last show, unless you'd prefer me to cut your hair.
No, I would much prefer a professional.
Yeah, you could just sit there, put the bowl on your head while we're talking. That'd be pretty fun.
That would be cool.
I'll talk to him. I'll see if he's open to that. Man, Tanvir, dude, I honestly like this entire season just feels like a dream to me. Like, it doesn't feel real. It still hasn't really like hit me yet that the Kings are gonna make the playoffs this year. Like, it hasn't hit me. It's so weird.
Yeah, I agree. Same here.
Like,
it's crazy.
It's like, I remember the trade deadline last year, like it was yesterday, and just thinking about like, oh, we got Sabonis. Like, I feel pretty good. They're making some moves. Like, I like this guy. I was definitely disappointed that we gave up Halliburton, but I didn't really, I guess, see the full vision that Monty was trying for, you know, and so I was happy to have Sabonis. Like, he played well the first game that he played in that we were at. And then, you know, obviously the injuries didn't finish the season. And then they started out this year 0-4, and I'm like, I like Fox. I like Sabonis. I like this team, but I don't really like where they're headed right now. And then they just turn it around, and this entire moment from then till now just feels like this like crazy dream that it's like I'm going to wake up one day and the Kings are going to be as bad as the Dallas Mavericks, you know? And dude, don't wake me up, Tanvir. Whatever you do, do not wake me up.
That's fine. I'll let you sleep.
I'm feeling great, man. Like, if you were to just like choose one word to describe this King season for you, what would it be?
It's just amazing, man. There's nothing else I could say. It's amazing, man. Spectacular.
There it is. Amazing. That's how I feel right now.
Did you go to your first ever game this season, or was that last year?
Well, that was this season.
This season.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, maybe you're the good luck charm.
Luck charm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck charm, dude. Dude, you're good luck, bro. You don't even need me on the show. Tanvir, I'm leaving the studio, bro. Can you end the show for me? I'm out of here.
Yeah, I got you.
Whenever you're ready, man. Take us home.
Oh, yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That's it from over here. Shout out to Barry and Calvin, the bouncer. We out here. Let's get that win tomorrow. Like that bean. Have a good night, y'all. Hit that like button. Subscribe. You know it. Let's go.